hello. One or all. However many of you come to watch this. It's not gonna be too many, it's not gonna be too terrible surprising. I'm being boring tonight. Yes, tonight I am being boring. I am streaming code some more because I got rather beat up lately. So, yeah, I am now back up to just trying to chill out and just type things. Because, oh, what a day today has been. It has been such a jam-packed day. Let's see if we can try and make some forward progress on this, because, of course, as we all know, last time I attempted to do a thing. At first things weren't working, and then everything just broke. No clue why it all broke, but it broke. Sounds too high action. You know what? I'll let that one play. It's a Sonic track. Yeah, camera is still abysmally slow, and I need to figure out how to... That's right, I was trying to figure out how to fix that. Okay, okay. Alright, so if I... Apparently if I increase the sizing of the tiles, obviously and fewer get onto the screen, better off things go. Yeah, that's a bit of a jump, but it still bogs down a ridiculous amount. There's also no webcam because I'm on Linux, because Windows keeps trying to update and it fails, probably because there's not enough hard drive space, because I hate it. So... Now this thing's not working. Okay, barely working. Let's try... See what happens if I just have it pump this out here. let's do this. Starting render is... go with this. And ending render is... EV. What's that game? Evo, Search for Eden. Oh gosh, it was an ARPG for the Super Nintendo way back in the day. Okay. Alright, I guess that'd be the reason why I probably haven't heard of it. I don't play a lot of games from that era anymore. Used to, but I don't as much anymore. Let's give it a shot as to what this is like. Should never be rendering more than probably 18 at once. So why is this thing bogging down so badly? Maybe it's some sort of a memory leak? Maybe? It's rendering a lot of stuff again and again and again that it doesn't really need to. How did I deal with this in the past? I feel like this was something I dealt with in the past before. Just don't remember how. So in tiles, it's copying the texture. Unless it's not textured, in which case it's just drawing the colors. But the problem being is that even drawing the colors is still extremely laggy. I guess I want to try doing that whole terrible, like, set the render render the screen to a texture, store the texture, and then flip the renderer back after everything is done. And I just do that for the background. Thing is, I never remember that working right either. Well, it looks like it's gonna be rainy all week. I just take a quick glance at the weather while I'm going over to a search browser. Okay, SDL2, render to texture. Draw to texture. There you go. Okay. Alright, I don't want to do that whole flipping it upside down. When I do that. Without feeling, oh gosh, lazy food. Your examples are so great and wonderful, or they're hard to get through. They're not good for just a simple reference. I'm sorry. Hmm. 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 Alright, so it appears I can still use this original example and still not have too terrible of issues with, not have too terrible of issues with, not being able to, what am I trying to say? I shouldn't have too many issues with having to flip it vertically or anything like that. Over map. Call it. It's very, very close to the class name. That's gonna get confused. Okay, so... Oh, enough Sonic music. Hmm... Okay, this is a nice one. This is a nice little Mega Man track. I like it. Oh, you're there. My one viewer. My loyal follower. Welcome. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to figure out how I want to implement rendering to a texture on this in this thing, so that way I can maybe try and prevent the overmap from being as laggy of a mess as it is. So basically I have everything set up here, I have all this put together here, and let's go up here and say over map goals. What is that? Create texture. Yeah. Oh shoot! I didn't want to do that. Pixel. Where was I at? Right there. Okay, format RGBA 8888. I don't know what that does. STL texture access target, and then of course the width is gonna be. Shoot, you know what? We need to cut this. Paste it down here. We need to do all that initializing stuff down here because this is going to be 100. Alright, it's going to be world width. With world height. What does double... Does that double for... Oh, double for loop do? That's how you do a two-dimensional array. One does the horizontal stuff, one does the vertical stuffs. It's a two-dimensional array, is what it is. One's for I, one's for J. This one is for, like, doing setup stuff. I have a second one down here for rendering. For rendering all the different tiles. However, with how slow this is going, I'm having to hunt down alternative methods of trying to render this. So I'm gonna try this one, where I render to a texture temporarily, and then just redraw the texture, but have it clipped to where the camera's at. Figure it can't go any worse than what I already have going on. And SDL set render target. Let's clear off the renderer. That, and then you... Okay. It's cleared. Now I need to do my two-dimensional for loop here. Let's copy this and bring up a version of it here. Then I'm gonna go to this, say 0. That one's gonna be 100. And again for J, just go 0. $100. fast camera. Was that even used in this? Oh yeah, it was. Um... There we go. That'll fix that. How slow is it right now? We're definitely at single-digit FPS as we attempt to scroll around. So we're really, really slow at the time, or at the current time. And now here, STL set render target screen. There. Now the render points back to the window. This is how it's supposed to go. Alright, let's go here. Passing the camera reference. Just for the sake of convenience, let's move this up there so we don't get anything weird happening. Now here, rather than doing that, let's just comment this part out here. Just say SDL render copy to the screen over map. Oh, caps lock there. The overmap with the past camera and null. Here we go. Okay. Let's see how well this goes. Let's build it. See what freaks out. Oh, right. I need to add the camera here. I always forget about the header files needing to be modified as well. Alright. Well. Well, there we have it. It doesn't even render it once. It's nice to see it still takes forever to detect that it's quitting. Yeah, let's just kill it off. Yeah, if I hit escape, done equals true. Or if I hit quit, done's still supposed to equal true, and it's just supposed to cut out at that point. It's really weird. Okay. Say render changed. There's that. Let's see what happens. Okay, render changed, and now it's literally stuck. Okay, it is now genuinely stuck here. You would say something mean, but that would be mean? Yes, you're right. That would be very mean of you. So don't. Okay, let's set a breakpoint here and a breakpoint here. Start the debugger, see what's going on. Okay, here we go. Step. F8. So we just continue to step over it. Wait, it's just... okay. So this area is just literally taking forever to initially set up. What's this looking like in memory? It's Task Manager. Okay. I'm gonna stick it over here on this other monitor. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but that's because I'm gonna just keep running it. I want to see if this is triggering like some kind of massive memory leak or something. As of yet, no. But goodness, is this taking forever. Man alive, how? Okay, this is genuinely going on forever. User program has stopped. Okay, let's step into it. Let's see why it's stopping. There appears to be nothing going wrong here as of yet. I think it's an infinite loop. I think it is somehow stuck in an infinite loop, and I don't know why. Alright, let's go ahead and stop the debugger. Alright. We'll see it now every time it increments. Every time it increments I forward, we'll see it now. Is everything there? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's definitely starting to slow down. Yeah, it's definitely getting slower. Do you think maybe... Yeah, it's definitely slows way the heck down. Okay. Why does this slow down so much here? Didn't do that before. Let's see what happens if I shrink down the tile size. Let's see if that goes any quicker. Let's just make them 10 by 10, shall we? Relatively small. Relatively small. We're only going up to 1,000 pixels on this one. Versus 10,000 on the other one. Okay, significantly quicker in the openings. We're already up to the 40s, whereas before it took a lot longer. Oh, shoot! Okay, it's loaded. How does it perform? Okay. Well, side-to-side scrolling doesn't work, but up and down's working. Okay. See what happens when I bump it up to 25-25. Shoot, I'm gonna have to split this whole map up into like 90 different subsections, aren't I? It's starting to look that way, but we'll go ahead and try and see if I can let this loop finish. It ain't an infinite. It's not an infinite loop by any means, but for some reason, the render starts to really slow down. I don't know. Let me look it up. SDL2 render to texture slow. Rendering too slow. Okay. It takes so long to load because for some reason it has to start drawing each and every single one of these squares. And now that it's all drawn, it actually moves quite quickly. So, yeah, okay, I guess maybe... I guess I'm gonna have to split up the world a bit, maybe, do you think? You think that would work? Splitting up the world into, I don't know, 5 different sets of tiles? Why can't I just draw the same one over and over? That's exactly what I'm doing, is I'm drawing exactly the same texture again and again and again and again and again. But for some reason, as the pixels get further and further away from the origin point, it slows down more and more and more. So I'm wondering if maybe I need to split this 100 tile map up into smaller ones, like say 20 by 20, or even 10 by 10, and just have them on a on an array, really. Do like a oh my gosh, a three-dimensional for loop for each. Well, the reason why I don't want to render each and every individual one of them over and over is because that ran me into the frame rate issues that I was having just last week. I mean, where you click the button and it takes it 3 seconds for the camera to move. That's why I don't want to just keep re-rendering the same thing again and again and again. Oh shoot! I want to sit through that again. Just kill it off. Kill it off. Okay. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try making a let's see. Doo-doo. Huh, how do I do this? I'm gonna try and make a, this is actually gonna be really hard to do, actually, now that I think about it. Because if it's still drawing it to the screen every frame, don't understand we could just draw the same texture on the screen several times each frame. Well, the thing is that what's being rendered, this little render function here, is actually part of this class, which can only draw one set of coordinates at a time. But I'm reusing the same... I'm using the exact same texture again and again and again. Not quite sure I understand your question on that. Oh, by the way, I enabled an extension. I don't know if it works, though. Dum, dum. Okay. Oh, alright, there we go. Now it's, now the overlay should be active. Okay, let me think. How would I want to do this? I'd make it a 5-member array. Huh. It just doesn't seem very scalable. Well, it is scalable, but the thing is you have to scale it correctly. And I'm currently not doing it that way. I need to segment everything up more. The thing that's killing me is the 100 tile count. I should probably drop that down. That's... Actually, you know, let's just go down to a quarter size of it. Let's just go 25 here, 25 there. change out all these 100s for 25s. We can probably go back up to that 100 by 100 thing. Yeah, the texture only loads once, and then it's passed as a parameter to all of the tiles. So they're just referencing back to the original pointer, but I only load it once. At least I think that's how it works. And I'm assuming so because if I were to look at my task manager, I would then only see, you know, there would only be one, it's like a 2% jump in memory or something like that, whereas it would be a far higher usage if it was sent all the way up through the roof like that. Okay, it goes, loops through everything really quick, and I don't get to see spit. Let's bump up the tile width and height, shall we? Okay. Let's do a clean and build. I don't know why this would suddenly start not working just because all because I changed the array member counts. Ugh. Oh, the map was torn. Why is this? Shoot. Alright, why is this being torn now? Now the overmap texture is just not creating. Dimensions can't be 0. Why are they turning up zeros? There, let's stop it there if it keeps going. Okay, wait, why would these be changing to 0 just because I took them off of being multiplied by 100? The overmap texture? The overmap texture is basically the overworld's background. That is what I'm trying to create with these individual tiles. The idea being I can load in all the tiles, print out a map basically, and then just use that map printout rather than having to reassemble every single tile for every single frame. But here I set it to a render target so that I can just use the regular SDL rendering functions to draw to it, and then set the renderer back to the screen here. Men texture dimensions can't be 0. But they're not supposed to be 0. Why are these... Wait, what the heck? Those are all mixed up. That's why it's not working right. World height. Let's see if that fixed something. Nope. Still not. Why are these things only showing up as... This is just irritating here. Okay. Don't need that anymore. Alright, let's try this. Oh shoot, that's why it's not happening. It's because it's the 99s. 24. 24. The one thing I didn't even think about. Boom! Okay, here we go. Alright. It's now working correctly. Okay. Alright. Alright. Look at that smooth frame rate. It is butter smooth. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the thing that I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to start I have to start segmenting a ton, and I mean a ton, of the map layout into pieces. So, shouldn't I have a class for this? No. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go. We have the overworld map, and we'll call them under maps. Alright, and I'm basically just gonna take all this code for all of them. Yeah, let's take it all. Let's just copy it into these under maps. Sheesh. Just paste all this here. Now let's do the search and replace. That button here. Wait, that's right. I don't. It's not a good thing to use anyway. I don't want to use that for the IDE because it'll apply it to literally the entire project rather than just the single class. Include the includes. There we go. Should clear up all these null flags and stuff. There we go. All right. Alright, so I'm not gonna need. I don't think I'm gonna need the camera for any of this. Honestly. No, I will need the camera for the... Dang, I'm gonna need the camera for the tile things. Or will I? Wait. Wait. So that was just to update them in the real-time rendering. But they're not going to be affected by that anymore. Entities will be. But... Oh, whoops, I shouldn't be poking the mic, should I? At least not in time to the music. Oops. That actually causing any sounds? Oh yeah, that was making some significant bumping. Okay. I'll leave it be. Okay. So, what we now do is... Map loads up the textures, prints the textures as are applicable, gets their textures, you know, it builds its undermap texture, then it'll get its overmap texture. I will need to give it a set of coordinates, though, for its starting. Yeah, I'm going to need to... yeah, I'm gonna have to give it, like, some starting coordinates so that it can keep placing the textures correctly. Actually, no, it just needs to place the textures here, and then I need to pass it to this. I need to pass it not a camera, but a destination set of coordinates. so that it sets up correctly on the renderer. This is... Okay, this is brain-meltingly convoluted right now. Bear with me. Okay, so for the undermap, I'm going to need a second rect structure. SDL rect, test chords. Go. So then, pass 2 ints here. Start, does this use ints? Yeah, just regular ints. Okay. Start X, start, and int for start Y. There we go. Okay, and now start X and start Y will begin destination coordinates here. Here? Yeah. W will equal start X plus world width. Start Y plus world height. Okay. There we go. We've now passed it to this copier so that now it'll generate its own texture. Except this, I don't want it to be the overmap. It needs to be... Wait, I don't want it to be undermap. Let's call it map under. There we go. Because otherwise it's going to conflict with the class name. Glad I caught that when I did. Ugh, that would have been bad. So map under 1. There we go. Is that down here? It's the map under. No past camera. That's null. I need the full thing. Alright, now let's go to the map over. Now let's get rid of that, because I don't need them. Don't need that texture anymore, because that's now loaded in the individual maps. They'll be handling their own textures. Still gonna want the overmap. Tile width and height, don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. Right, so pretty stripped down thing we're looking at right now. So let's take out... Comment out... That's relevant. What do I have? Just anything pertaining to the overmap and score. So down to there. Alright, so that takes care of all that. That's 22 lines I don't need to worry about. World width and height. Still need those, don't I? Just had a finger react badly. Okay. So. Oh, map, world, width, and height, they're public. Okay. You can use those. So now I get the map under map. There we go. Now let's save. Make sure everything is saved. Okay, so this layout here, that goes away. There. Okay. Let's get our under maps in here, shall we? Under map, sub map. We'll make it 3 by 3. That'll be a 3 by 3 array. That'll be 75 by 75, so it's still only 3/4 of the size that we had before. But now, hopefully, won't be as big an issue trying to get it all to work. Hopefully. Because, yeah. So let's do the double for loops. Okay, what are they called? Submap. I.J. dot setup screen past camera. The start X is going to be Shoot, I don't know what the size I don't know what this is gonna be. Shoot. Let's change it. Let's make us a couple of integers here. I'm gonna make them ints in case they're that huge. Width. There we go. Universe width and universe height. Alright. So the starting X is going to be I times, wait, yeah, I times 3 start X and start Y are both going to be 0, 0. If I is greater than 0 exclusively. If I is greater than 0, 0, 0. If J is greater than 0. Hang on. I've had to deal with this before. Since all of the subscreens are the same, could you not just reuse one of them? Yeah, you can reuse. Well, I can maybe reuse them, but the idea is that each of these sub-maps is going to be like a different section that you travel to. And, yeah, sure, I could probably reuse some of them, but the idea is that each map is going to be, hopefully, in future, unique. You know, each one will be loading its own map file that I'll be passing it to it either through an array or through a string or reference or something. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but each map is going to be its own section of the overworld, or of the map. That way you can do stuff like insides of buildings or outsides of buildings themselves superimposed on the overworld, or various things like that. You can make those buildings submaps that are part of the overworld, but you don't have to keep rerunning all the render loops for all of them. This is just trying to clean up the render pipeline. I'm not really worried about like reusing maps or anything like that, because currently it's the render pipeline that's clogged up, and that's what's slowing me down. The logic pipeline, I'll worry about that bridge when I cross it. I is... okay. If I is greater than 0, then I times... will it be? No, it will be... it'll be submap I minus 1 J dot world width plus 1. And then, let's if I is equal to 0. And that'll take care of the 0 J's. Right? Let's just make sure I have this covered as well. Oh, actually, let's do it this way. Y is equal to 0. Greater than 0. If J is greater than 0, then submap IJ setup screen past camera submap I J minus 1 dot world. Okay, so it'll be I is equal to 0. Okay, so if I is greater than 0 and J is equal to 0, and if J is greater than 0 and I is equal to 0, these scenarios are only likely to happen once. But with that event in mind, this one will be 0 for the I for horizontal, and then sub map I J 1 dot world height plus 1. And then we just say else. Screen past camera sub. Let's just copy this. And that one. All right. Alright. There's that. There's that. Okay. Wait, what? Unknown type tile. Oh shoot, I forgot to include the tiles. Go. No world width or world height. Oh. Uni width. Uni height. Now it's the universe, it's not just the world. They're private, of course I made them private. Let's just make them public, shall we? Boom, done. Moving on with life. Blam, blam, thank you, ma'am. Wait, what? Declared identifier engine. Oh, come on. Let's HPP in there. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, we have the setup and stuff is now going. I'm just a little bit concerned. Oh, yeah, well, not too surprising about that part. Okay. That all seemed to go relatively well. Okay. Okay, Greater than or equal to 2 in uni height equals world height times 3. There we go. All right. Gonna do that. Fair enough. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, well now we get a blank white screen rather than just nothing. So, I guess that's okay. Render past camera. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Next I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start like changing out a few ways that things are handled, actually. Oh, shoot! Oh, look at that. Okay. Something weird happened here. But you know what? I'm okay with that having happened. Feels maybe it's a little bit small. We have this giant white gap up here. So, not sure what went wrong here. But, yeah, I mean, performance is staying good. That's what I wanted. But, okay, let's look at the undermap. Okay. Oh, start X's and start Y's don't apply to the tiles. That how no, that's not. I'm okay with it being like that. But then its destination coordinates are there. Okay, so let's just say, alright, let's see what this gives me here. Alright, I'm getting an awful lot of extra outputs that I don't need, and it's really cluttering stuff up. But, 12... Oh, start X and start Y is 1250. The last map. Despite the fact that it's supposed to have been... Oh, right. Sweet. I times 3, right? No, it's the world width plus 1 times I J. See if that sorts it out. Probably gonna slow it a lot. All those console outs. Seems to be going a bit smoother though. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, well, we're getting closer anyway. Okay, that feels right. This still feels like we've got something overlapped here. We've definitely got some maps overlaying on top of each other, and I don't quite know why. But it's nice. I mean, at least my algorithm's doing kind of something right. Although I think it might also be going sideways, but whatever. Okay, first of all, let's go into here. Let's get rid of all this. Need that. Don't need you. Map was torn, I'll take you. Don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you. These two will be nice. I think that's the most of my woes right there. Should be. Yep. Oh, shoot. Okay, so starting X is 1, 1, and then 0, well, 51 for the next step down. Then we end up getting a second one drawn on top of that. Okay, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. Okay, okay. So we start off at 1, 1. And then the next map is in the one below it. The next one's to the upper right. And there's another one laid on top of that. And there's another one laid on top. Yeah, so I'm getting a bunch of people, like, or I'm getting a bunch of maps just getting stacked up on top of each other because they're getting bogged down by something. Okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of this one. Just say if they're both equal to 0, start at 0, 0. Otherwise, you just spread it out, because there's no way that both of them are both going to be equal to 0 a second time. So, stop this. Starting the map setup. Okay, we've still got a couple of maps laying on top of each other. Why is that? I have to look. Yeah, we got a crossover here. And then another crossover down here. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. It's in here somewhere. So for some reason we get this, and for some reason the world width. Yeah, the world width of the first map is somehow just 1. Or no, the starting X. It starts at 0, 0 where it's supposed to. And then for some reason... Okay, so then for some reason the world width doesn't get a calculation. So it's 0, 0, and then the height is calculated, but the width isn't. The world width, the world height. Wait, maybe it's because... Yeah, because, okay, so I'm pulling the world height from one of them, but not getting the... Shoot, this is complicated. Okay. So... That's 0, 0. There's going to be an X0 and a Y51. Let's just get rid of that +1 first off. Get rid of these +1s. There, and then... It's gonna be 0, 1250, 0, 2501. Looks like that should be right. So let it set up. Some of the subscreens are the same. Already read that comment. Okay. Okay, so per everything, they should not be doing this anymore, and they're still doing this. Why are they still doing that? I don't know. Seems like the widths are getting distorted or something. Okay, let's just see what happens when I manually set the darn things up. This one's gonna be the 0x and 1250y. And this one's gonna be 2500. Gives me all of my numbers I'm gonna be dealing with there. Bear with me, I'm gonna have to concentrate for this. $2,500. 0. Alright, here we go. I think there's something being added or multiplied each time for the outer textures. Maybe. I'm worrying about that myself. Just wait patiently for it to load. Oh, what? Extra dimensions can't be 0. Oh, right, because I... Right. Was that 2,500? Let's just do a 7,500 because I already know what that is. Now I get to wait for this long load time again. Whee! Content. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something off about. Yeah, something's definitely off about. It's supposed to be. Actually, I wonder if it's in the destination chords. Let's just set it up like this, where it doesn't scale with start X. They're just a static width. Gotta love loads that carry the weight of this whole operation. Oh, gag! I can't believe I read that one, Andrew. Wow. Actually, that's a really good. It's a really good pun. Actually, that's actually a very good pun. In fact, that was good enough that I'm going to ignore what's happening right there. And that's right, I am opening up Discord right now. Channel categories, yay, don't care. There we go. I just posted it to the StarCraft clan chat. Let's see what kind of reactions I get. Probably not going to get much of anything as of right now. But there we go. Alright. Discord's now closed. I'll check the reactions on that in the morning. Let's take a look at our map layouts now. Oh, so much better. So very much better. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, what? Okay, I think 7,500 might be a bit excessive on the world height, or universe height, and width, because it's not going to be 2,500 times 3, it's going to be 1,250 times 3, right? Yeah, it's 1,250 times 3. Actually, yeah, let's just go 1,250 times 3. Speaking of counters, the FPS and textures look much better. Yes. I gotta keep a reaction counter. Yeah, I believe they do have a reactions counter on the server. I'll post a screenshot if I see anything. This is silky smooth now. This will be very much playable. A little bit of screen tearing happening, but Nothing the simple VSync flag won't fix. As of course it is VSynced, in which case, pfft, good luck with any of that. Let's see. Is this the one that... Yeah, present VSync. Yeah, let's grab that flag in there. Pipe that thing in there. Alright. Nope, I'm still seeing the screen tearing. Okay. That's probably just how the renderer updates. That's okay. It'll disappear when we get rid of those, we get rid of those grid lines. It'll hopefully disappear to a point. Alright, well that's, ooh, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit accomplished that I haven't been able to accomplish before, actually. I've never been able to get that render to texture nonsense to work right. Am I in the UI? Get over there. Okay. Oh, yeah, so now I have a nice big overworld to play with. And, I think I'll just make the, make me a couple of, like, some ground textures or something in here. What am I doing? Yeah, there we go. G.A.G. try 3. There we go. Okay, let's just open this up. Do I have that colors? Yeah, I do have a colors palette in here. Alright. Let's do that, and let's take that. We'll put the big one, we'll just kind of spray some random stuff in there. Hide out the edges a bit. Let's go there. Spray along a bit. Okay, let's go back to the darker green and try and fix this up a bit here. There we go. Now let's save this as grass. There we go, there's dirt. And then let's see how my eyes like this. Ah, not much. It's a very strong yellow. Will the pastel be any better? Not really. Not really. With a slightly... What the heck is this whole UI, and where'd this all come from? This didn't used to be here. Make it that. Yeah, that's a little better on my eyes. Okay, we'll take that one, and then we'll spray again. Spray can. Let's just add in there a little bit. Go. One can tell it's a repeating texture that wasn't made by an artist. We'll call this one sand. Go. No. ignore the changes to the color palette, because I'm never going back to it again. Not true, I'll be doing it, but probably not those colors. Right. Now, for the undermap. This thing is about to undergo some difficulties. Okay. Let's go into the undermap here. We'll make us a void function. Actually, let's take over this void function. We don't need to make a new one. We'll just use the one that's already there, but we'll change it. We'll call it load textures. Plural. Nah, texture. For now. Just one. Let's change that from a camera pointer to a texture pointer. I have some very weird music playing right now. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I think Conker was that terrible squirrel platformer that Microsoft tried to use for their platform mascot for the Xbox original before Master Chief basically just took it over. Alright, there we go. It's no longer pH dirt, it is now pH text. And here pH text equals past texture. There we go. So if pH text is equal to null, you forgot the texture. Go, and then yeah, we'll stop it there because I don't want to use any. I don't want to use colors anymore. I'd rather use textures. They seem to be quicker. Alright, now, back to here. Every single one of these is gonna fail unless I do a, set of them under textures. It's gonna do a single loop. Say sub map I 0 dot load texture. Oh, I need to make the textures out here. Okay. Which ones do I have? Dirt, grass, sand. Okay. Dirt. Grass. Sand. There we go. Here, I'm going to say dirt equals engine texture. Our name is going to be slash sprites. Sprites. Slash ph dirt dot png screen. That should be that one. Pass. Engine load texture go. Okay, all the zeros are going to have dirt. The ones will all have grass. This one will have sand. Done. Let's give this a shot. Alright, last build of the night. And we wait. Wait, I forgot the textures again. Since when? Everything's all dirt. Oh, no, it's not. Wait, what the heck? Okay. But sand didn't load. Because it's spelled wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it was just spelled wrong. But then I think there's also some other weird stretchy things occurring with these textures. Yeah, what is going on with that? See, they look fine here, but then they're all stretched out over there. Oh. Let's try this. Let's just delete the camera out of this entirely. There we go. And H is then basically gonna stay static, I think. Yeah, we'll get rid of that and that. Should hopefully be a little smoother. Oh yeah. Shucks, that went way quicker actually. That went super quick on the load times. Maybe that was my problem, is because I kept stretching out the texture forever, but I couldn't tell because it wasn't really a texture, it was just a flat color. Shucks. That looks nice, actually. I mean, that went so much faster. Because I've got, like, multiple versions of this thing running. Okay. That's why it was taking so long to close. Let's just see that again? Dang! Dadgum, that's quick! Alright, well, haha, render pipeline woes solved. Alright then, let's get rid of that white line. Oh. See how this looks. Other than the fact that you can't tell the camera's scrolling initially. Not too bad. Wow, yeah, that's so fast. Alright, well this is the 2-hour mark, and I think I'm gonna leave it here. But man, that was crazy. It's so fast now. It is so fast. Like, that went from literally a 30-second load time to like a no-time load time. Alright, well, before I go, Discord, I gotta check up on how that status is doing. That post I made, that pun. Let's see here. No reactions yet. Dang. Yeah, I don't... they need no reactions. Real puns don't, that's true. Nothing yet. And yeah, that's... I'm happy. I'm happy with where we're leaving off. That's a first in a long, long time. Alright, well... It is bedtime. It has been a long, tough week. And it has been a pleasure, and it has been fun, and we have had successes. Now we can go back to trying to add the character back in and getting him to move around and not derp out the camera constantly. Whee! Yay! Alright. Yeah, that is it for me. I'm done for the night. Tune in next week, same time, same place. You know where to find it. Videos will be going up to YouTube as soon as I'm done with the stream. So, have a good night.